Science say that trying to get an artificial intelligence. But Allah's creation of the human being is far superior than the computer. And there have been many a times competition between human beings and the computer. And if you've heard of the famous mathematician from India, Shakuntala Devi, she had a competition with the fastest computer and they gave an equation which was very long and she defeated the computer with 10 or 20 seconds.
Islam has a positive view of technology, viewing it as a tool that can be used to improve human life and promote social welfare. The Islamic tradition has a strong emphasis on learning and knowledge, and Muslims have historically made significant contributions to fields such as mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and architecture. Islamic scholars and thinkers have also emphasized the need to use technology in a way that is ethical, just, and in accordance with Islamic values. In addition, some Islamic scholars have raised concerns that the use of technology should be subject to ethical guidelines and regulations to ensure that it is used for the benefit of humanity and not to harm it. Overall, Muslims view technology as a means to enhance their purpose of creation and contribute to the betterment of society in accordance with the teachings of Islam. One of the known aspects of the technology of the modern era is artificial intelligence, which refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to learn, reason, and make decisions based on data. AI has become increasingly popular in recent times due to advances in technology and the growing demand for automation. One example of a popular AI-based platform is ChatGPT, a computer program that can be used to communicate with humans. It processes natural language and provides answers to the questions in a way that if you are talking to a person. People nowadays are also using AI to draw imaginary pictures through platforms that use machine learning to generate images based on textual descriptions. Moreover, it can produce realistic voice from text and much more. Now we dive into one of Dr. Zakir Naik's lectures on the Quran and modern science, where he was questioned if the Quran talks about something that can be associated with artificial intelligence. A brother told Dr. Zakir that as we know that the basis of artificial intelligence is to copy the functions of human beings, and asks that is there any verse in the Quran relating to computers and AI?
Computer science depends on the simulation between human functions and at the same time, artificial intelligence, as a field from computer science, already defined, depend on the simulation of function of human beings. So, my question, did you find verses from the Holy Quran define the relationship between information technology or computer science and human beings?
Dr. Zakir Naik begins his answers by reminding the questioner that Quran is not a book of science, but a book of science. He says that there is a lot of information in the Quran, but it does not specifically deals with every fact. Quran doesn't mention 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, but it's the truth. Everything that science says is not in the Quran, and the truth is that we cannot find even a single verse in the Quran that goes against the established science. Dr. Zakir further compares humans with artificial intelligence.
You're asking about computer science, and if I have to link it with computer, though computer science says that trying to get an artificial intelligence, but Allah's creation of the human being is far superior than the computer. And there have been many a times competition between human beings and the computer. And if you've heard of the famous mathematician from India, Shakuntala Devi, she had a competition with the fastest computer and they gave an equation which was very long and she defeated the computer with 10 or 20 seconds. So the human being, what Allah has made the God-given computer, is far superior than a normal computer.
Human beings are believed to be the greatest creation of Allah, endowed with unique qualities and abilities that make them superior to all other forms of creation. The human brain and body, in particular, are considered to be among the most complex and sophisticated creations of Allah. The Quranic verse of Surah At-Tin, "We have certainly created man in the best of stature," emphasizes the superiority of human beings over other forms of creation. In Islamic teachings, the human brain is regarded as a miracle of Allah, capable of performing complex functions that are beyond the capabilities of even the most advanced machines. Dr. Naik speaks about mathematics and its link with computers and intelligence, and says, can we regard the Quran as computer-coded? He mentioned Aristotle, who propounded the basis of mathematics, put forward the idea that every statement can either be true or false. Due to some flaws, the idea of Aristotle was later rectified with a rule that whenever we make any statement, it can be viewed in one of two ways, either meaning-wise or mentioning-wise. Dr. Zakir gave an example of this rule by asking the audience the question that anyone believes that Quran contains any contradictions, and their obvious reply is no, to which Dr. Zakir Naik replied that Quran does contains contradiction, and quoted Surah An-Nisa chapter 4, verse 82, which says, "Do they not ponder about the Quran? Had it been from any other than Allah, they would surely have found in it many contradictions." Dr. Naik explains in this way, Quran does contain contradiction, mentioning-wise, but not meaning-wise.
Do you not ponder the Quran with care? Had it been from anyone besides Allah, there would have been many contradictions. The word contradiction is there in the Quran. So all of you are wrong, I am right.